All right, very good morning, guys. All of you who are there in the platform, please see to it that you are scrolling down, and in the discussion forum, please log in once. This is a third party software which has been embedded, so you will have to log in once. You can log in using your Gmail account. You can also log in using your Facebook. Please make it a point to log in into the discussion forum. This is something that you need to do only once. Next time when you are basically joining in the Condiron platform, you don't have to do that. Once you have done that, please see to it that you are introducing yourself, you are mentioning which department you are from, so that I will get to know of your backgrounds as we go forward in this training process. I am also more interested in knowing how many of you have been preparing for exams like GRE, GATE, CAT rather, or even MCA entrance, because I want to understand where you stand in the aptitude side. Now, typically when you apply for companies, may that be for MBA or may that be for IT or even core areas, when it comes to the aptitude side, there are certain areas of emphasis. Companies love to ask questions, especially in the area of arithmetic, which include concepts like time and work, time, speed and distance, mixtures, averages, ratio and proportion. These all come under what is known as the area of arithmetic. The other area of interest to the companies is modern mathematics, where they ask questions on permutations and combinations as well as probability. Apart from these two areas, few questions do come from geometry and algebra, but not many. But the concept of number systems is also very important, where they test you on your understanding of areas like divisibility rules, remainder theorems, and various other aspects. Now I'm assuming, especially students who are currently doing the MCA, that for the entrance test of the MCA, you probably have been exposed to it. If so, I would like to know where you stand, because if you people already have been exposed to it, that will allow me to go a bit faster and then solve more problems. Because at the end of the day, the way we are going to get expertise is by practicing as much as possible. All right. And one more point that you need to understand, we are not here as students of 10th class trying to solve questions using first principle. We need to solve it fast, so there are going to be different tricks which I am going to be teaching you, and those tricks are where I want you to focus on. I am going to be quickly requesting all of you who are in this platform, because this is the first day of interaction, for you to get used to this platform. The current page where you are seeing this is what is known as the live online page. All the sessions that we take place will basically be conducted here. Now, what are the various features of the live online page? Let me show you something. This might interest you. Now, if you look at this whole page, and if you were to scroll down, on the top what you see is the place where you will be able to see the expert taking the session or any of the PowerPoint presentation that we are using. Now, if you were to scroll down, you will find what is known as an in-class quiz. Now, this is a special feature of the Condiron online platform, where I, as an expert, can fire questions. These questions will come to you as a puzzle. You can solve it and mark your answer there. So this is how I will get to know how good you are, how fast you are. Now, if you were to scroll further down, that is where the discussion forum is. Discussion forum is a third party software which has been embedded inside, which basically means that you will have to once log in. If you look at the top right side of the discussion forum, you will see a login button there. Please log in either using your Gmail or your Facebook account. Now, this is the place where you will be interacting with me. Whenever I asked you to type in an answer, this is the place where you will type in. Similarly, if you do have any questions or doubts, this is the place you will be using to chat with me. All right. So this is the page. You should be able to see one question which is there in the in-class quiz. Please go ahead, try to solve that question. As you solve, I will be able to see who is getting it right, who is getting it wrong. The whole idea is that questions which are simple, which majority of you people are able to get it, we will go a bit fast. But doubts which you have, or questions where you are making more mistakes, we will make it a point to look at it and see how we can solve it using different methods. I will be commencing with the area of ratio and proportion, which is normally considered as the foundation of arithmetic, because the topic of ratio and proportion is quite basic in nature. I have Saumadri Kapat who is from the Computer Science and Engineering Department. May I quickly request others also to scroll down and see to it that you are introducing. We will give a couple of minutes for your friends to join in, this being the first day, but I'm going to make a strong recommendation. One of the very important things that companies look for in the students is, are you a professional? Professionalism is very important because companies are not looking for people who are not serious. When I do take sessions on HR where I will be talking about the interview skills, I will be talking about the power of body language, I will be talking about the power of the dressing, the grooming, because all of this go in hand to show how professional you are. The way you talk, the way you smile, the way you nod head when someone is speaking, all these are small things, but very important in building the right image. I only know one thing. A big company which is ready to pay you shitload of money is going to be a company which is going to demand higher degree of professionalism. And the point I keep telling my students is, if they need professionalism, that is precisely what we will give them. So I am going to therefore talk about few rules which I tell my students. Do remember, these are recommendatory in nature. You have a choice to ignore this, but my suggestion, don't do so, because whenever I do recommend these, I recommend this because I'm a fantastic profile builder. I have had students of mine who have failed in engineering, 5 years of engineering, getting into IIMs, because I know how to groom personalities. So whenever you are having a live class, not necessarily in the Condir Online platform, it could also be an interview that you are facing online. Whenever you are logging in, immediately in the discussion forum, make it a point to mention a simple good morning or good afternoon, depending on when the time of the interview is. Similarly, when interview is over, make it a point to say thank you, or use statements like, it was nice knowing you, it was nice interacting with you, because those are professional rules. By doing so, what are you telling the company? You are telling the company, tomorrow you give me an offer, and if I were to join, let me assure you, I know how to behave professionally within the organization. So that is how the image has to be created. We are what people think we are. So if people think of you as a professional, they will start giving you respect as a professional, and that gives us the confidence to become a professional. So those rules let's adhere to. I have Srija from IT department also joining in here. Good morning, Srija, and good morning, Saumadri. Others, quickly do so. We will wait for a minute or two. Meanwhile, there is an ICQ question which I have fired. This question pertains to the topic of ratios. Please see to it that you're answering it. I already have 6 of you people who have answered it. Please take some time, have a look at it. Remember, 2 things are very important. One is speed, the other is accuracy. Wipro is commencing the recruitment process for the batch of 2022 in the month of July. It has already declared that. So Wipro is now using 2 mechanisms of recruitment. One is an All India test, which is Wipro Elite. The second is a company-based, college-based test. So the madness for recruitment commences from the month of July. We only have about 30 to 45 days in front of us. So I'm suggesting bring in a degree of seriousness. As I go forward, I will teach you how to solve a question in multiple methods. Remember, I am not just interested in knowing whether you can solve these questions or not. Questions that are tested by various companies, that includes PSUs, that includes MBA companies, that includes civil services and GATE and GRE, etc. These are all 8th class, 9th class and 10th class level questions. So if when you were in the school, you actually attempted NTSC examination, the National Talent Search Examination, you will realize the fact that the questions that companies ask are very similar to that. But what is the difference? The difference is now they will give you lesser time to get it right. So how fast you can do, because the faster you do, more the number of questions you can do. More the number of questions you can do, the chances of you getting higher marks is higher, and therefore the chances of crossing the cutoff is more. So when I give you a question, don't immediately say I know how to solve it and close your mind. Be open to looking at various other methods that I might use. Now you don't need to necessarily use the method which I am giving you, but be open to different methods, and then pick the method which will be more accurate for you and fast for you. All right. So let's start this session on ratio and proportion, which is the first session that we are talking about. I'll quickly start with the concept of ratios. I am going to be starting with basics, but I'll go a bit fast because these are genuine basics, and then we will start solving questions which have actually been asked in the past. Ratio between two variables A and B is 3:2. Now this is English. Let's first convert this into mathematics. How do I do it? A and B is equal to 3:2. This is the way I write it. Now once you write this, there are two ways how you can write it. Immediately you can say A by 3 is equal to B by 2. What am I doing? I am actually equating these both. Alright, A by 3 is equal to B by 2 is one way of writing it. The other way of writing is A is equal to 3k and B is equal to 2k, where we say k is a constant. So you can adopt either of the two methods. But you should understand these methods. Now the second one is actually derived from the first one. When I say A by 3 is equal to B by 2, if I were to say this is equal to a constant k, then that is how I get the second equation. A is equal to 3k and B is equal to 2k. So this is one method of writing it. This is the second method of writing it. Similarly, if I have A is to B is to C is equal to 3:1 is to 2, look, A is equated to 3, B is equated to 1 and C is equated to 2. So what are the two methods of writing it? A by 3 is equal to B by 1 is equal to C by 2. Otherwise, I can say A is equal to 3k, B is equal to 1k and C is equal to 2k. In this case, of course, there are three variables A, B, C. In the previous case, there are only two variables A and B. I'm sure you are aware of this, but nevertheless, I am basically telling this. All right. Now, quickly type this or solve this question. Try to do this question mentally if you can, and then type in the answer in the discussion forum. Let me see who can answer this question the fastest. I will be solving this question in multiple methods. Let's do that. Take your time. Quickly solve this question. What are the three angles? The ratio of the three angles of a triangle is 3:7:2, and type in the answer in the discussion forum. If you are not able to type in, you probably have not logged in. Please see to it that you are logging in. You will be seeing at the top of the discussion forum on the right hand side a login. You can log in using your Gmail account or you can log in using your Facebook account. This is a third-party software that has been embedded in the Condir Online platform. You have to log in only once. You do not have to log in multiple times. Meanwhile, I have Prateek who has joined in. I have Banerjee joining in. I have Anirudh joining in. All of you, very good morning. All right, I have Somadri saying 17.5. Somadri, read the question very carefully. It says, what are the three angles? So you need to give me three angles, not just one number. You need to give me three angles, not just one number. Even when we know it, if you are losing marks because of silly mistake, that would be an injustice. Be very careful about it. Now, what do I do? Let us say I am having three angles as A, B, C. What do I know? He has said that A is to B is to C is equal to 3:7:2. Therefore, I can write A is equal to 3k, B is equal to 7k, C is equal to 2k. Do I know anything else? This is where additional information you need to be careful. We know the fact that sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So you are going to use this information. So what do I do? A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, 3k plus 7k plus 2k is equal to 180 degree. 12k is equal to 180 degree. K is therefore is equal to 15 degrees. Therefore, A is equal to 3k is equal to 45 degrees. B is equal to 7k is equal to 105 degrees. And C is equal to 2k is equal to 30 degrees. So the angle that we have is 45, 105 and 30. These are the three angles that you should have given me the answer for. Prateek got it right. He says 45, 105 and 30. Saumadri also got it right. 45, 105 and 30. All right. Now this is method 1. This is method 1. I am not going to use this method. I am going to use method 2. Now method 2 is a method I want you to understand it. It's a beautiful method. Remember, my business is not to help you solve questions using 10th class method. 10th class method will get you the right answer, but it will slow you down. So I'll be teaching you various tricks of solving it. Alright. So my class becomes more important for you to understand the tricks of solving it. So concentrate on different methods and have a look at it. Now instead of writing like this, I am going to write it as A by 3 is equal to B by 7 is equal to C by 2. Now remember, I told you in my previous thing I can write it in two ways. So instead of adopting this way, I am going to adopt this way. Now there is a concept in component dividendo. Component dividendo says that I can now sum up all the numerator. So if I am summing up all the numerator, I should sum up all the denominators also. 3 plus 7 plus 2. Now I know the fact that A plus B plus C is 180. So this can be written as 180. 3 plus 7 plus 2 is equal to 12, and that is therefore equal to 15. What does it mean? It means A by 3 is equal to 15, therefore A is equal to 45. It also means B by 7 is equal to 15, therefore B is equal to 105. And it also means C by 2 is equal to 15, though C is equal to 30. Please type in yes if you have understood this. This is known as componendo and dividendo concept. What does it say? If you sum up the numerator, or if you do any linear combination of the numerator, the same linear combination of denominator can be done, then equality exists. Please type in yes if you have understood this. I will be solving more questions using this method. This is a faster method of solving it, and you need to be open to different methods of solving it. Pratik, thank you so much for your confirmation. Others, please participate with me. Idea in my class is to learn different methods of solving the question. Alright, now this is a very important question. Please, let's see who can solve this faster. This is a very important question. Show me how fast you can solve this. In an isosceles triangle, the ratio of two angles is 1:2. What can be the smallest parts possible? This is a high level question. This was asked by Google, and subsequently, of course, this question has come in various other tests, including GRE and GATE. Please try to solve this question and let's see who can give me the answer fast. In an isosceles triangle, the ratio of two angles is 1:2. What can be the smallest possible angle? Now, for all of you who do not understand what is isosceles triangle is a triangle where the two angles are equal. All right, two angles are equal. So this is A, and this is B. Isosceles triangle is a triangle where two angles are equal. I have Pratik Agarwal giving me answer of 36. All right, let's see whether Pratik is right or wrong. Others, solve it and type in the answer, and then let's have a look at it. Now this is a high level question. This actually came in Google earlier. This is a tricky question. Let's solve it. In an isosceles triangle, I have AAB. Now I know A:B is equal to 1:2, which means I can write A by 1 is equal to B by 2. Now what do I know? I know 2A plus B is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of the three angles of a triangle has to be 180. So I will first convert this into, this can be written, convert this into is equal to 2A by 2. Alright, because 2A by 2 is same as A by 1. Is same as A by 1. Now I am going to concentrate on this part. I am going to use component dividendo. So this is equal to 2A plus B. What am I doing? I am summing the two numerator. If I am summing the two numerator, I have to sum the two denominator also. So this is equal to 180 by 4. 180 by 4 is equal to 45. So what do I have? I have A by 1 is equal to B by 2 is equal to 45. Which means A is equal to 45, B is equal to 90. So the three angles are 45A, 45A and 90. This is one combination. Now quite often students only look at one combination. You need to be careful. There is one more possibility that is there. The other possibility is it is A is to B is to B. You should look at both the combination. So in this case, what happens? A is to B is equal to 1 is to 2. That remains the same. But so A by 1 is equal to B by 2. But in this case, I have A plus 2B is equal to 180, because the sum of the three angles in this case is A plus B plus B. So this can be written as 2B by 4, alright, because I'm basically converting this into this. So what do I have? A by 1 is equal to 2B by 4, that is equal to A plus 2B. I'm summing the numerator. If I'm summing the numerator, I need to sum the denominator, that is 5, that is 180 by 5, that is equal to 36. So if I were to look at these two, I immediately get A is equal to 36. If I look at this, this is nothing but B by 2. B by 2 is 36. I'll get B is equal to 72. So the three angles are A, B and B. Now in this case, what is he asking? He's asking the smallest possible angle. So smallest possible angle is 36. So my answer has to be 36. But instead of smallest, if he has asked greatest possible angle will not be 72. Greatest possible angle will be 90. My answer is 90. Please type in yes if you have understood that there are two possibilities which are there. There are two possibilities. Smallest is 36, greatest is 90. Saumadri, who said 45, Banerjee, who said 45, you are wrong, sweetheart. You need to understand there are two possibilities, because when we talk about isosceles triangle, we don't know which possibility sets inside. So you should look at both the possibilities and then you need to solve it. The smallest is 36, the largest is going to be 90. So there are two possibilities, and that is why this question becomes important. Quite often, why companies tend to give questions of this nature? You know why? Because they want to see, are you a person who can see problem from multiple sides, or are you a person who sees problem only from one side? Especially if you come from an MBA background, you will be tested through case studies. Why do they give case studies during the recruitment process? They give you case studies because, once again, case can be seen from different perspectives. So they are trying to understand your ability to solve problems by looking holistically, all right? That is why this question is a challenging question and a good question at that. All right, solve this question. Let's see who can solve it fast. Read the question carefully and please go ahead and solve it. Read the question carefully and go ahead and solve it. Let me see who is able to get this fast. Quickly, don't spend too much time, try to solve this up. First, you need to read the question, you need to understand the question, and then you need to solve the question. I have Diporjit saying 30 by 40. All right, now this is where I'm going to pause all of you, drop your pens and look at me. When you are going for a competitive examination, may that be for banking, may that be for civil services, may that be for GATE, may that be for GRE, may that be for CAT, may that be for MBA, whatever be the case, remember, no one is bothered in knowing how you solved it as long as you are getting the right answer. Now, how is that I would have solved it? So let me first show you what this question means for people who have not understood the question. Then I'm going to show you how I would have solved it. Confirm whether you used this method or not, because this is the method that you should have used. What does this question say? Ratio of numerator and denominator of a fraction is 3:4. So if numerator is this and denominator is this, ratio is 3:4. If the numerator is increased by 10, so I am adding 10 to the numerator, and the denominator is reduced by the same amount, which means denominator is reduced by the same amount 10, the ratio interchanges. That means this should become 4 by 3. This is what is being said. All right. The ratio of the numerator and denominator of a fraction is 3:4. If the numerator is increased by 10, notice n, I have made it n plus 10, and the denominator is reduced by the same amount. It is testing your understanding of English. When I say the same amount, it means 10, then the thing gets interchanged. So in this question, they are also testing your understanding of English. What is the original fraction? He is asking what is n by d. Now, I can either use this for, equations and solve it, or remember the fact that in the main test, all of you remember the fact that in the main test, you will always have options. Sometimes the best thing is to do is to solve using options. Let's solve using option. What is option number 1? Option number 1 is 15 by 22. Now, first thing you should note, 15 by 22 is not equal to 3 by 4. It is not equal to 3 by 4. But the original fraction has to be 3 by 4. So this cannot be my answer. I can quickly eliminate it. Now let's look at the second option. Second option is 36 by 48. 36 by 48 is 12 into 3, 12 into 4. So this is equal to 3 by 4. So the first condition is satisfied. But if I'm adding it, it becomes 46. If I'm subtracting 10, it becomes 38. Now this is not equal to 3 by 4. So I can eliminate this also as an option. Now let's look at the third option. When I look at the third option, this is 30 by 40. Now 30 by 40 is equal to 3 by 4. So the first condition is satisfied. If I'm adding 10 to this, this becomes 40. If I'm subtracting 10 from this, this becomes 30. This is equal to 4 by 3. Therefore, this condition is also satisfied, which means this is my answer. I do not have to solve this at all. Don't solve it, because obviously one answer is there. Once you get the answer, why should I solve it? Why should I solve it? Have you understood? In this case, I am not solving through equations. I am actually solving through options, because we have it in options. Please type in yes if you have understood it. How many of you used options to solve it? You should not have solved it any other way other than options. In this question, if you had solved it using equations, then it would have taken you more time. Please type in yes if you have understood this. Type in yes if you have understood this. This is where I am going to talk about one more element. How did I eliminate this very fast? How did I say 46 by 38 is not equal to 3 by 4? Now understand the fact that if 46 by 38 I am comparing with 3 by 4, the best thing to do, and this is important, all of you concentrate, is to cross multiply. If you cross multiply, this becomes 46 into 4. If you cross multiply, this becomes 38 into 4. 3. Alright. So understand the fact that by cross multiplication you can compare. Cross multiplication is used for comparing. I'll show you this mechanism in my next question. So quite often, while you are solving the test, ask yourself, which method should I use? One of the best method of solving it, especially if the equation becomes quadratic equation, because quadratic equation will always take more time to solve, is to use options to solve it. That you need to remember. Alright, let's solve one more question. This is a very favorite type of question that comes in. Please type in the answer for this. Type in the answer for this. Try to solve it fast, and let's see who can give me the answer fast. What is the answer for this? This is not a tough one to solve. I have Diprojit saying 13:5. Let's see. Now A is given to be A is to B is given to be 2:3. So or A is equated to 2, B is equated to 3. So what should I do? Immediately substitute A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3. In this it becomes B square plus A square, that is 3 square plus 2 square, that is 13. This becomes B square minus A square, that is 3 square minus 2 square, that is 5. So answer is 13:5. Answer is 13:5. Fantastic. So whenever this type of question comes, don't try to use any mechanism, just substitute the value. That is something that you need to remember. Okay, fabulous. All of you got this answer. Now tell me what is the answer for this. Let's see who can give me the answer the fastest. Who can give me the answer the fastest? Let's see who can give me the answer the fastest. I have Diprojit saying 11:7. I have Rishabh saying 11:7. I have Prateek saying 11:7. I have Barnik saying 11:7. I have Akash saying 11:7. I have Joydeep saying 11:7. I have Deepak saying 11:7. I have Ritam saying 11:7. I have Bhaskar saying 11:7. I have Anirudh Mukherjee saying 11:7. And sweetheart, all of you are wrong. All of you are wrong. And that is capital W, capital R, capital O, capital G, and capital, wrong. WORRONG. All of you are wrong. This is where you need to be careful. One of the things I will be doing in my class as I go forward is I'm going to be talking about certain models. By heart those models. One of the things that you need to be very careful is once a question fits in the model, you should not use your brain for that at all. Now, why is this wrong? Look at the previous question. All of you drop your pens. All of you are wrong. Drop your pens and look at me. If you look at these things, he is asking a square b square is to b square minus a square. What is the power of this? Power of this is 2. What is the power of this? Power of this is 2. What is the power of this? Power of this is 2. What is the power of this? Power of this is 2. In this, all of them have same power. Therefore, you can use this method. This method is applicable. So all that you need to do is substitute it and do it. Now look at this question. In this question, I have given how much? B square plus A, and then I have asked you to B square minus A. What is the power of this? 2. What is the power of this? This is 1. The moment, even if there is one difference, then this cannot be solved. Cannot be determined. That is my answer. I cannot solve it, cannot be determined. Alright? I'll prove it to you using first principle. Now let me do it like a 10th class student and I'll show you why it cannot be determined. All of you concentrate what I'm doing. A is to B is equal to 2 is to 3. Therefore, A can be written as 2K, B can be written as 3K. Now I'm substituting in this. So B square plus A is equal to 3K square plus 2K. That is nothing but 9K square plus 2K. This can be written as 9K plus 2 into K. Now what is B square minus A? B square minus A will be coming as 9K minus 2 into K. Now if I have to find the ratio between the two, then I have to find this. This is equal to 9K plus 2 into K by 9K minus 2 into K. K can be deleted. So this is equal to 9K plus 2 by 9K minus 2. Notice the fact that I am not able to delete the K. K is still there. I am not able to delete K. So if K is 1, my answer is going to be 11:7. If K is 2, then my answer is going to be 20:16. That is 8 by 10 is to 8. So my answer will go on changing basis the value of k. Therefore, this does not have a unique answer. So the answer is cannot be determined. Answer is cannot be determined. So all of you who wrote 11 by 7, you are wrong. Please type in yes if you have understood this. This is a very important thing that you should remember. You will in this question have an option of cannot be determined. The moment you notice that the power is not the same, immediately you should say cannot be determined. Now notice what happens in this case. Let me show you why here it can be determined. Here a is equal to 2k, b is equal to 3k. Now what is b square plus a square? B square plus a square is 3a square plus 2k square. That is equal to 13k square. Now if I say b square minus a square, that is equal to 3a square minus 2k square. That is equal to 5k square. Now if you're asking me the ratio of this can be written as 13k square by 5k square. K square gets cut. So my answer is 13 by 5, which is unique. Alright, 13 by 5 is unique. Therefore, because the power is the same, k gets removed, you get unique. Notice in this case it's not unique. Finally in the ratio I am getting the value of k. So depending on the value of k, my answer will go on changing. Therefore it does not have a unique answer. It has multiple answers, and that is why the answer is cannot be determined. This is a very important model that you need to remember. The moment the power is not the same, please mention cannot be determined as an option. Alright, now let me tell me the answer for this. Tell me what is the answer for this. Look at this question. These are very favorite models that are asked in various tests. You should not be spending too much time thinking about the answer. You should remember certain models and then you should implement them fast. Tell me what will be the answer for this. What will be the answer? Type in the answer. Meanwhile, I have given you a question in ICQ. Please go ahead and type in there also. Emule is saying 13 is to 1. Emule is saying 13 is to 1. Let us see what is my answer. Emule is saying 13 is to 1. Is my answer 13 is to 1? Answer is cannot be determined. Answer is cannot be determined. You are not using the principle which I told you. Look at this. What is the power of this? 2. What is the power of this? 2. What is the power of this? 1. Even in one case, if it is different, it cannot be determined. You should not be wasting your time at all. Answer is cannot be solved. No unique answer. Diprojit is right. Saumadri is right. Others who are giving the answer 13 is to 1, you are wrong. Because the power is not the same. So answer is cannot be determined, or no unique answer exists, or cannot be solved. I am going to give you marks for all this. This is what you should remember. These are important models. You should not take too much time. You cannot waste and nor can you afford to make mistakes in this. Remember, when you are fighting for a job, one mark matters. Please type in a capital YES if you have understood the mechanism of how I said it cannot be determined. What did I do? I looked at each variable separately and I asked myself, are the powers the same? In this, I noticed the fact that the first one is b square, its power is 2. A square, power is 2. B, power is 1. The moment I see that the consistency is not there, immediately I can say it cannot be determined. These are models that are often tested by the companies. You should be comfortable in remembering these models. All right, let's solve this. Let's see whether you can solve this. Let's see who can give me the answer fast. Let's see who can give me the answer fast. Guys, these are questions that have been asked in the past by various companies. You should know how to solve these questions. You should remember the models, because remembering the models will help you do it fast. Given the ratio of A is to B, given the ratio of A is to B is 2 is to 3, what is the ratio of B square plus A square is to AB minus A square? Let's see. I have Sahil saying 11 is to 7. I have Dipojit saying 13 is to 2. I have Pinikesh saying cannot be determined. Alright, let's see whether he is right. I have 13 is to 2. Now this is where one more important mathematical knowledge you need to know. Let's try to understand this. All of you look at this. What is, I am saying B square plus A square. What is the power of this? 2. What is the power of this? 2. I am saying AB minus A square. What is the power of this? 2. What is the power of this? Now what is the power of this? This is also 2. Because A raised to 1, B raised to 1. This is multiplication. So the power is 2. There are two variables. So power is 2. So this can be determined. This can be solved. Once you know it can be solved, then substitute A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. This is where you need to remember. This is power of this is 2. Similarly, if I ask you what is the power of this, it is 3. What is the power of this? It is 7. So once you know it, you will substitute B is equal to 3. So this becomes 9 plus this becomes 4. So this is 13. This becomes A into B, 6 minus this becomes 4, 2. So answer is 13 is to 2. Answer is 13 is to 2. Alright. So be very careful. 1 plus 1 is there. So you cannot say the power is not 2. Power is 2. A raised to 1, B raised to 1 is not a linear one. It's a polynomial. It's a polynomial in AB. So the power automatically becomes 2. So in this case, the answer is not cannot be determined. The answer is not cannot be determined. It can be determined. And how do you determine it? All that you are going to do is put it across and then solve it. If you have any doubts, please don't hesitate asking me. Remember, the whole idea is for you to seek assistance to get the goddamn job. We want a job, we need a job. Now I'm going to talk about some methods which are going to help you do things faster. One of the rules I tell my kids is that don't play with bigger numbers. Bigger numbers will be a problem for you. You will either become slow or you will commit silly mistakes. Similarly, in mathematics, try not to play with fraction. Fraction is confusing, so chance of mistake is higher. So if a question comes, ratio between A is to B, ratio between A is to B is equal to 1 by 3 is to 3 by 4. These are fractions. Bad news. Remove it. How will you remove it? Take it to the numerator, take it to the numerator. 1 into 4 is equal to 4, 3 into 3 is equal to 9. So you can write A is to B is equal to 4 is to 9. You can write A is to B is equal to 4 is to 9. So now I don't have to solve using this. I need to solve using this, which is easier because these are not fractions. Now this is easy when you have only two variables. What happens if there are three variables? A is to B is to C is equal to, let us say, 2 by 3 is to 1 by 2 is to, let us say, 1 by 3, 1 by 5. Now, how do I solve this? Now, here I have three variables. So, notice what I am doing. This can be written as A is to B is to C is equal to. Now, A is related to this, B is related to this, C is related to this. Now, you want A. So, what you will do is you will take the numerator of A. What is the numerator of A? 2. And then you will multiply by the denominator of the others. Denominators of others is 2 and 5. So, you will multiply it by 2 and 5 is equal to. Now, I want for B, for is to. I want for B. For B, what will you do? You will take the numerator of B, 1, and multiply by denominator of others, 3 and 5. 1 into 3 into 5. For C, what will you do? You will take the numerator of C, 1, and multiply by the denominator of others, 3 is to 2, 3 into 2. 2 into 2 into 5 is 20. 1 into 3 into 5 is 15. 1 into 3 into 2 is 6. So I am saying A is to B is to C is equal to 20 into 15 is to 6. Have you understood this? If you have understood this, solve this and tell me the answer for. Please solve this and tell me what is the ratio for. Remove the fractions. What did I do? For A, I took the numerator of A and I multiplied by the denominator of others. For B, I took the numerator of B and multiplied by the denominators of others. For C, I took the numerator of C and multiplied by the denominator of others. That is what I did. Please do the same thing. So there I can write it as 1 into 4 into 5 is to 3 is to 3 is to 5 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. So this is 20 is to 45 is to 24. This is going to be my answer. 20 is to 45 is to 24. Majumdar, you are getting it wrong, sweetheart. Can you please check it up? 4 is to 9 is to 5 is wrong. Please check it up. Answer should be 20 is to 45 is to 24. These are trick methods that you should remember. This will simplify because if you are playing, the chance of error is much higher. So always, whenever a question comes, try to convert that into the basics and do it. All right, solve this. Let us see how many of you can solve this. How many of you can solve this question? This is a very important type of question. Solve it. Let's see how we'll solve this. This is a very important model that comes. So take your time, understand it and solve it. In a bag, there are 50 paisa coins, 1 rupee coin and 2 rupee coins in the ratio of 4 is to 2 is to 1. If the number of coins in the bags are 350, if the number of coins in the bags are 350, what is the value of the money in the bag? What is the value of the money in the bag? I have Diprojit saying 300 rupees. I have Diprojit saying 300 rupees. Others, this is a very important model. I am going to be telling you methods of solving it. I have Varun saying 300, but I have Srija saying 170. Tisha is saying 300. All right, all of you drop your pens and look at me. I am going to be teaching you a method. All right. Remember, in my class, the whole idea is to expose you to different methods, trick methods of solving it. Now, you don't need to adopt my method, but be exposed to this method. Adopt the method whichever is faster for you. All of you drop your pens and check what I do. First, I think of a big bag. In a big bag, I think there are many small bags. I am going to look for many small bags. All right, this is a trick I am going to use. Now, in each of these small bag, I have 50 paisa coins. I have rupee 1 coins. I have rupee 2 coins. In what ratio? 4 to 1. So I'll assume there are 4 50 paisa coins. There are 2 1 rupee coins and there is 1 2 rupee coin. This is what I will look at. Have you understood this? The trick I am playing is that I am going to assume that there is a big bag with small bags. In small bag, this ratio is given. What does it mean? It means there are totally 7 coins. There are totally 7 coins. All right. That means in one small bag, there are 7 coins. But it is said that overall in the bag, there are 350 coins. There are 350 coins, which means there are 50 small bags. There are 50 small bags because each bag has 7 coins and total number of coins in the big bag is 350. There are 50 small bags. Now, what is the cost of this bag? There are 4 50 paisa coins. 4 50 paisa coins is 2 rupees. There is two 1 rupee coin. 2 1 rupee coin is also 2 rupees. There is 1 2 rupee coin. This is also 2 rupees. That means each bag is 6 rupees. Each bag is 6 rupees. If there are 50 bags and each bag is rupees 6, the total value of the bag is rupees 300. Answer is therefore 300. All of you who have written 300, you are right. Few of you have written 70, few of you have written 400, few of you have written 170. That will be wrong. Have you understood this model? This is a visualization model. If you can understand this, it becomes very easy. What did I do? I assume there's a big bag with small bags inside. Now in each of the small bag, I use the ratio that is given. He has said 50 paisa coins 4, 1 rupee coin 2 and 2 rupee coins 1. So I said there are therefore each small bag has 70 coins, 7 coins, but overall the bag has 350. Therefore there have to be 50 small bags. Now then I went and saw the monetary value. What did I do? Each bag has 4 50 paisa coin, that is 2 rupees, 2 1 rupee coin, that is also 2 rupees, 1 2 rupee coin, that is also 2 rupees. That means each bag has a value of 6 and there are 50 bags. Therefore the total is 300 and that is how I reached the number 300. Please type in yes if you have understood this. This is a logical way of solving. I am not actually using any equations etc. I am using pure logic. If you want me to repeat it, don't hesitate asking me to repeat it. This is a very important model that comes, so you should be comfortable solving questions using these models. Please type in yes if you have understood this model. Now, I want you to understand, companies are not looking for mathematicians. Companies are not looking for mathematicians. Companies are looking for people who are logical. So, you should therefore know, companies will not give you very high level question. They will give you questions which can be solved using equations and using logic. Logic will always be faster. But the company is trying to see, are you solving using mathematical equation or are you solving using logic? Companies would love people who use logic. So we are going to use logic to understand this question. This is known as income, otherwise known as revenue, expense and saving model. All right. What is the formula? Income minus expense is equal to saving, or income is equal to expense plus saving. This is known as income expense saving model. Now look at what is saying. He is saying ratio of incomes of Alex and Brenda is 3:4. So income of Alex into income of Brenda is equal to 3:4. Ratio of the expenses is 3:5. Expense of Alex, expense of Brenda is equal to 3:4. What will be the ratio of saving? Saving of Alex by saving of Brenda is equal to what? Now this is where you need to understand. He has not given any additional information. No additional information has been given. When no additional information has been given, remember, if this is 3:4, this is 3:4, my answer is 3:4. So between income, expense and saving, if he says income ratio is 4:5, saving ratio is 4:5, and he asks what is this, answer is 4:5. This is something that you need to remember. But let's look at one more question. In this case, income ratio of Alex to income ratio of Brenda is equal to 3:4. Expense ratio of Alex to expense ratio of Brenda is equal to 4:3. And he is asking Abdullah, what is the saving ratio of Alex to saving ratio of Brenda? Answer is cannot be determined. Which means if the ratio of 2 is different, then you cannot determine, you need additional information. So without additional information, you cannot solve it. So answer is cannot be determined. All right. So if he says income ratio is 3:4, saving ratio is 1:2, and he asks Abdullah what is expense ratio, cannot be solved. If he says Abdullah income ratio is 3:4, he says expense ratio is 3:4, what is the saving ratio? Answer would be 3:4. So if two of them are same, then the third will be same. If two of them are different, then the answer is cannot be determined unless and until additional information is given. Alright, some additional information would have to be given, otherwise you cannot determine this. Please type in yes if you have understood this model. This is a model that you should not use to solve it. You should not waste your time trying to solve it. You should immediately get to know that this is this model and then go ahead and solve it. Please type in yes if you have understood this. Can I go forward? Let me go back to this question and I am going to change this question a little bit. I am going to change this question a little bit and then solve it. If total money in the bag is rupees 720, then what is the total number of coins in the bag? All right, try to solve this. Please try to solve this. All right, Swaroop, I am going to be explaining the same concept using a little different question. I am only changing the question a little bit. All right, please solve it, and Swaroop, you please concentrate on what I am doing. In a bag, there are 50 pice coins, rupee 1 coins and 2 coins, 2 rupee coins in the ratio 4:2. So what I assume is, I assume there is a big bag, and in big bag there are many small bags. I don't know how many small bags are there. I don't know, but there are many small bags. Now what I assume is in each of this bag, this ratio is applicable. So what happens? There is a 50 paisa coin. How many are there? There are 4. There is a rupee 1 coin. How many are there? There are 2. And there's a 2 rupee coin. How many are there? There are 1. Okay, sweetheart. So in each small bag, what is the money value? 4 50 paisa coin means rupees 2. 1 rupee coin is rupees 2. And 1 2 rupee coin is also rupees 2. That means that small bags have 6 rupees. So each small bag has 7 coins. Each small bag has 7 coins and rupees 6. This is what I know. Each small bag has 7 coins. How do I know 7 coins? 4 50 paisa coins, 2 1 rupee coins and 1 2 rupee coin. So 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. The value is 2 rupees, 2 rupees, 2 rupees, 6. Now what is he saying? He is saying overall the bag has 720. So each small bag is 6. So how many small bags are there? If there are X number of small bags, each small bag has 6. So 6x is equal to 720. X is therefore equal to how much, sweetheart? 12. Alright. 720 divided by 6 is 120. So there are basically 120 small bags. 120 small bags. Now he is asking how many coins are there. Each small bag had 7 coins. So obviously number of coins will be 7 into 120. That is equal to 700 plus 140. That is equal to 840. So the total number of coins is equal to 840. Total number of coins is equal to 840. Varun, fantastic, sweetheart. Biprojit, good show. Pratik got it right. Tanuj got it right. Saumadri, can you please check it up? You probably made some mistake somewhere. Sikdar got it right. Yogesh got it right. Joydeep got it right. Please confirm that you have got this one right. This is a very important model. Please tell me that you have understood this because it is essential. Please type in yes if you have understood this. Swaroop, have you understood it, sweetheart? What I did is very simple. I broke the big one into small one and did it. Answer is 840. Now let's look at one final model in ratio and proportion. Now normally he will give A is to B is equal to C by 2 by 3 by 4. Then you can immediately say A is to B is to C is equal to 2 is to 3 is to 4. But now he has given you like this. How should I solve like this? He has not given you ratios directly. He has not given you ratios directly. He has given you indirectly. How do I write this as A is to B is to C? Now what you should do is very simple. Now when you want A, now look at this. This is 2A, this is 3B, this is equal to 5C. This is coefficient of A. This is coefficient of B. This is coefficient of C. Now for A, multiply the coefficient of B and C. So this is 3 into 5. For B, multiply the coefficient of A and C. This is 2 is to 5. Alright. For C, multiply the coefficient of A is to B. That is 2 into 3. So my answer is 15 is to 10 is to 6. So I can write this as 15 is to 10 into 6. I can write this as 15 is to 10 is to 6. Okay, sweethearts. Now, I again repeat, it's only about models. Once you know the models, then you can solve it very fast. Now, I'm going to go to proportions. Proportion is a very favorite area. I'm going to teach you a method. This is not a method you will find in books. This is not a method that you will find in books, so concentrate and do it. Try to solve this question. Try to solve this question, and using this question, I'll explain the concept of proportions. I will explain the concept of proportions. I am going to teach you a very powerful method for solving this type of questions. Don't try to use logic here, because more the variables, more confusion it will be. Alright, all of you drop your pens and look at me. There's a concept of direct proportion. There's a concept of inverse relationship. Directly proportional and inversely related. When your parents say, work hard, then you will get good jobs. Work hard, if your marks will go up. What are you say? They are saying, if hard work increases, marks will increase. So if one increases, other increases. This is what is known as direct relationship. Okay? Second, I take a ball in my hand and I increase the pressure. When I increase the pressure, what is happening? The ball diameter is reducing. When I increase the pressure, ball diameter is reducing. So pressure goes up, diameter comes down. This is what is inversely proportional. So I am using the concept of directly proportional, inversely proportional, and using that method, I am going to teach you a method you will not find in book. It's a very powerful method of solving it. You don't need to use logic here, because more the number of variables, more confusion can come. So all of you drop your pens and understand this method. What I will do is, first I will make a table, men, alright, hours per day and chairs and days. So there are 4 variables. 30 men working 8 hours a day can make 15 chairs in 5 days. So notice what I have done. Whatever is given in mathematics, I have converted into a table. How many days, X, would 20 men require to make 10 chairs working 10 hours per day? So what I have done is, I have used the same concept and I have converted that into a table. Please type in yes if you have understood this first step. Please type yes if you have understood the first step. What am I doing? Whatever is given in the question, I am converting that into a table. He says 30 men working 8 hours per day has made 15 chairs in 5 days. So that is how the first row I made. How many days? So I don't know the number of days, so I said X. 20 men require to make 10 chairs in 10 hours per day. Now, this is the first step. Once you have identified the first step, what you will do is, you will see where is my X, where is the unknown, days is the unknown. Days is the unknown, you will draw an arrow up like this. You are drawing an arrow up like this. Wherever unknown is there, you are drawing an arrow. Alright? You are drawing an up arrow. What does up arrow mean? I am just drawing an arrow for the day going up. So I am saying days are increasing. I am saying days are increasing. Alright? That is the second step. All of you drop your pens and check it up. Nisha, let's solve it in different methods. All of you look at it and check it up. So first I drew the table. Then wherever X is there, I drew the arrow. Now I am going to compare first with days. I am going to compare men and days. And I am going to ask a question. Men and days required, are they directly proportional or are they inversely proportional? I am going to ask, if men and days are there, are they directly proportional or are they inversely proportional? Now if men go up, then number of days required will come down. More number of men, then you can do the work faster. So men and days are in opposite direction. If men go up, number of days will come down. If men come down, number of days will go up. So the direction is different. The direction between the days and men is different. Alright, these are inversely proportional. So what do I do? Here I draw the arrow down. Why am I drawing the arrow down? Because the direction of the men and direction of the days has to be in ulta, opposite direction. So here men, I have basically drawn that arrow down. Have you understood that? Now what am I going to do? Now I am going to compare the next two. Number of hours per day and number of days. I am going to compare these two. I am going to ask days which has X and hours per day. What happens if you work for more hours per day? So number of days will come down. Alright. So instead of working for 4 hours, if you work for 8 hours, that is, you are increasing the number of hours per day, number of days will come down. So here also it's inversely proportional. So the direction has to be opposite. Direction has to be opposite. Because the days is up, here it will be down. Because the days is up, here it will be down, because this is also inversely proportional. Last I am going to compare these two. Last I am going to compare these two, chairs and days. Chairs and days. What will happen? If you need more chair, you need more days. If you need more chair, you need more days. If you need less chair, you need less days. So they are directly proportional. So direction should be same. Direction should be same. Because here the arrow is going up, here also I will put the arrow up. Please type in yes if you have understood till here. This is the second step. Diprojit, if the video has stopped, please refresh. Please refresh, you should be able to get it. Please type in yes if you have understood how I drew the arrow. Please type in yes if you have understood how I drew the arrow. I looked at each of them and then I compared it with the unknown X. Alright, is it directly proportional, inversely proportional? If it is directly proportional, then arrow I inverse did the same. Now comes the last step. Now comes the last step. What is unknown? Unknown is this. So what is the top of the arrow? Top of the arrow is 5. Bottom of the arrow is X. So I will write 5 by X. I am starting with the top. Top of the arrow is 5. Bottom of the arrow is X. Unknown, I will take it to the left hand side, is equal to. Top, now I am looking at all the others. Men, top of the arrow. What is arrow? Arrow is 20. What is bottom of the arrow? 30 into. What is the arrow head? Arrow head is 10. What is bottom of the arrow? 8 into. What is the arrow head? Arrow head is 15. What is bottom of the arrow? 10. This is my answer. Now using this, I can quickly calculate and find the value of x. I can quickly calculate and find the value of x. Notice what I did. The unknown is days, that I took to the left hand side. Arrow head is value is 5. Arrow bottom value is x, so I wrote it as 5 by x. And then I equated everything else. What is arrow head? Arrow head is 20. Arrow bottom is 10, 30 into arrow head is 10. Arrow bottom is 8 into arrow head is 15. Arrow bottom is 10. That is how I get the equation. Now all I need to do is to solve it. So I can do this and this, this and this, this and this. So I am getting x is equal to 2 by 8. Therefore, x is equal to 4. Now I was explaining so much, so it took time. Otherwise, it will be much faster if I had done this concept. This is a very fast method of doing it. Please take time and check it up. Please type in yes if you have understood this model. We will be practicing using this model. This is a very powerful model for solving it. Let's quickly do this question. Let's quickly do this question. 10 Xerox machines. So I have machines. All right. Number of Xerox machines is 10. Copies is 250. If 4,000 copies have to be made using new machines which are twice as efficient, that means now I have efficiency also. Twice as efficient, how many such machines will be required? How many such machines will be required? So look, read this question and understand. Read this question and understand the table first. Read this question and understand the table first. So he is talking about a new set of machine which are twice as efficient. Now what will I do here? I will put an arrow like this, unknown. Now if machine are more, copies will be more. So I will put an arrow here. Now if efficiency and machines. Now what will happen? If efficiency goes up, number of machines required comes down. More efficient means faster of doing it. So if efficiency goes up, number of machines will come down. That means efficiency and machine are inversely related. Ulta, all right? Ulta. So because this is up, this has to be down. So then what is my equation? Arrow head is 10. 10 by x is equal to, arrow head is 250. 250 by 4,000 into 2 by 1 because arrow head is 2. This is how I will solve it. Sweethearts, this will basically give me 16. All right, this will give me 8. So x is equal to 80. My answer is I need 80 machines to solve it. Please type in yes if you have understood this. This is a very powerful method of doing it. It's a very powerful method of solving it. You don't need to use your head at all for that. Have you understood this, sweethearts? First, I drew the table. Bhaskar, first I drew the table. 10, 250 and 1 because he says 10 Xerox machines can make 250 copies. How many machines? So I put X in the machine are required to make 4,000 copies, but he says the new machines are twice as efficient. That means if the efficiency of the first machine was 1, efficiency of the second machine is 2. Then what did I do? Wherever unknown is there, I drew the arrow up. On the left hand side, head of the arrow is 10. So 10 by X I wrote. Now copies. If machine go off, more machines, more copies. So the direction is the same. So now if efficiency goes up, I need less number of machines. All right. So arrows are different. Because here it is up, I wrote this as down. And then of course, I followed the same principle of arrow head. Guys, I keep saying I have 60% in 10th class, 66 in 12th, but I have all India rank 17 in GATE, 335 in GRE, 740 in GMAT. Go read in through the Facebook, the statement students write about me. My greatest strength lies in teaching my students how to solve questions faster and accurate. Don't give up. I know you know how to solve these questions, but if you take more time, then your method is not a good method. So I need you people to fight for the jobs. I'm again telling you, in the Condir Online platform, we have companies. We can get you the companies. But you need to impress the companies. Many of you people come from diverse background, BCAs, MCAs, I don't know, MTechs also probably, or BTechs. Let's fight for good jobs, all right? Now, these sessions would be taken by 3 of us. The next session that is there is going to be taken by Verma. Verma is also a mechanical engineer. He basically worked with ISRO and also in Germany for Schindler Electric. So take a break for another 15 minutes, freshen up, and join in the next session, which is going to be there at 11 o'clock. All right. Now, if you go to the daily task list, you will find one more task card for the next class. You will be using that to join in. And please make it a point to join me tomorrow at 9:30. Let's keep pushing ourselves. Let's make the month of June so beautiful that by July, when Wipro starts conducting the recruitment test, that is the first company that we are fighting for. People who are MBAs, please remember what I said yesterday. Apart from the aptitude side, see to it that you are building your communication and confidence. All right. Probably I will see if I can take a session on case study also, because case study would be something that you would be tested on. If time permits, we will do that as well. But let's fight for the job. Take a break and then we will say. All of you who are in the platform, make it a point to type in thank you so much or give some feedback, because that is professional and that characteristic has to be developed. Not just in the Condir Online platform, any platform that you go to. The moment you log in, good afternoon, good morning or good evening, these are rules. Why? Because we are professionals. That is the impression that you should leave in the name of the company. All right? Leave the positive impression, because life is beautiful. Guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7. Thank you so much. Take care.